For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Socials and family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 3 best players at every single offensive position in Madden 21. Now this video has surprisingly been heavily requested, and I think it'll actually be pretty important as well. There's a lot of indecision over who the best QB is, the best wide receivers and running backs are in this game. So in today's video, I'll be going over my top 3 players at QB, running back, wide receiver, and tight end to hopefully help you guys out when it comes to making some decisions and picking up the best player available at those spots. Now as we hop into this one, obviously I'm not perfect, so if you guys have any players that you think deserve a spot on this list, let me know down below in the comment section, and hopefully this one can help you out. Obviously all 3 players I'll be going over at each position are really good cards, and you guys can take into consideration their price and what I have to say about the player based on how well they'll fit into certain schemes and different play styles to make some decisions on what cards you're going to pick up. So let's start this off at the QB position. As we get into player number 1, if you haven't yet left a like, scroll down and click that like button. It does help the channel out so very much. But in my opinion, there are 3 top tier QBs in this game, and they are 3 of the 97 overall cards, including Randall Cunningham, Deshaun Watson, and Aaron Rodgers. Now in my opinion, it is almost a must to use your 97 overall power-up pass on one of these 3 players, and let's rank the 3 cards in the video right here. Now at the 3 spot, we have the least expensive of the cards, at 97 overall Randall Cunningham, and this card has incredible stats. He just plays kinda off for some reason from what I've heard. 93 speed, 97 throw power, that is perfect for a QB like this. He's gonna be able to get hot route master and gunslinger. The accuracy stats are all good, the throw on the run is good, throw under pressure at a 93 isn't ideal. I feel like that's actually a pretty important stat on QBs because those under pressure and accurate passes are super frustrating. So 93 throw under pressure, I mean, it isn't the greatest, but it's definitely serviceable. This Randall Cunningham is a damn good card, and if you do want to spend the coins on one of these QBs, this is the best value one. The other ones are all really expensive. This is actually pretty solid value for 600k. I've just heard he plays a little bit off. You guys can let me know down below in the comment section if you used him and he's really good, but we have met him number 3 on this list. Now at number 2, we have my current QB, 97 overall Deshaun Watson, and yes, I did drop 1.2 million coins on the card, and no, I don't regret it. We ended up finishing 52nd in the world in Weekend League, headlined by this 97 overall Deshaun, and Deshaun, you could argue, has worse stats than Randall Cunningham. 90 speed, 97 throw power. Comparatively, those are a little bit worse. His accuracies are going to be better than Randall. The throw under pressure is at a 97, and just from what I've seen and tested, this card is actually going to play a little bit better. Both are very, very similar players. His throw under pressure is a little bit better. The throw on the run and play action don't really matter a whole ton, but if you guys want a quarterback that's going to be able to move out of the pocket and has a little bit more mobility, I would say you should go with this Deshaun Watson card, even over the final player that we've got on this list at the number 1 spot. So if you need a QB that can run around, you like to escape the pocket a little bit, this Deshaun Watson is probably the best QB that gives you some mobility, still has hot route master and gunslinger, and still is going to play really well when it comes to ensuring he gets some good passes on the run and doesn't really miss any passes all that often. Now at the number 1 spot, we've got 97 overall Aaron Rodgers, and if you like to sit in the pocket, this is the best QB possible to go with. 82 speed isn't incredible when we compare it to those other cards, but his throw power, his throw on the run, it is all perfect for this Aaron Rodgers. He has the fastest release in the game as well, which does make him the best pocket passer QB in this game in my personal opinion. He gets hot route master, he gets gunslinger, and he's gonna get the ball out faster than any other QB you can possibly get in Madden Ultimate Team. That's what has him at the number 1 spot in my opinion. For me personally, I do like some mobility on my quarterback, so 82 speed, I would honestly just prefer to go with the Deshaun Watson, who's got a slower release and more speed in my scheme, but depending on what you guys like, you can probably use your pass on one of these 3 QBs, whether you want mobility or you want more of a pocket passing presence. Now moving it on to the running back position, we've got 96 overall Arian Foster starting this list off with 94 speed and 96 XL. The card is very, very quick, good agility at a 96. The carrying's only an 89, I wish that was higher, but the change of direction at a 96, that is actually very important for a running back. Broken tackle, huge on the card, the catching is going to be good. Arian Foster's a solid route runner as well. He doesn't have the receiving back archetype, so that's not ideal, but as a runner and a catcher, I think this is actually going to be a really good card. I played against him a fair bit, and I would say out of the 96 overall legends like Sean Alexander, Arian Foster, and I believe there's one other guy that I'm forgetting, this is probably the best card when it comes to stats. Obviously all 3 of the cards are going to be pretty good. The final one was Warwick Dunn, but in my opinion, I would say Arian Foster is probably the 3rd best running back back in this game. Now at the 2 spot, we have someone who came out a while ago, yet is still an incredible card. Alvin Kamara is 95 overall, and this card can just do it all. He plays crazy. Let me get into explaining why I think this card is so good. I'm even excited as I start this explanation. Great speed, great excel, so that's awesome right there for a running back. The broken tackle's a 97, that is great. He is a receiving back. He has incredible catching, incredible route running, and there's something about this card. I can't put my finger on it, but if you've played with this Alvin Kamara, you know what I mean. When you run the ball with him, tacklers just slide off him. It's really, really interesting to see. He'll break so many tackles without me even doing anything. This card is just awesome. He's got good speed, good excel. He's got like top end speed and top end excel. You can get him up to, I believe, 97 speed, 98 excel. So that's going to be fast for a running back. Obviously, it's not the fastest you can get to, but I would say that the other stats kind of make up for that. The broken tackle, the fact that he's a receiving back allows you to put backfield master on the card for only 1 AP. Backfield master, if you guys didn't know, is essentially going to mean that this card is going to win on any route I put him on. I can put him on any route of the backfield, and he will cook up whatever defender is on him. Such an important ability to have on your running back if you do want to throw to your back a lot. So Alvin Kamara right here is a very good runner, the second best one in the game in my personal opinion. And honestly, if you need a versatile back, this is who you go with. There's really no debate here. Now with the 1 spot, we've got a fairly unattainable running back right here. 97 overall, Derrick Henry. I'm not going to go over the card for too long. He is one of the fastest backs in the game. The trucking, the break tackle, those are all incredible. You can't really throw to this card, but you should be pounding the football every single play if you have the Derrick Henry. Similar to the Alvin Kamara, but even glitchier. He's going to break so many tackles. He's honestly just crazy. He's a man amongst children out there when he's running, and just watching him run with the ball is scary if you're on defense, and if you have got him, you want to tote the ball almost every single play. Obviously, this card isn't going to be as good on current gen. If you play next gen, this card will be much better because that's more of a run first game. I would say this one's more of a pass first game, so Alvin Kamara is probably better on this game, but if you want to tote the ball, I mean, hey, you could do it every single play with the card, and honestly, you'd probably win a lot of games. This Derrick Henry, just absolutely wild. You could see it in his eyes on the card art. He is ready to run someone over, so yeah, really good card right here. The best runner in the game in my opinion, just because of the fact that he's so hard to bring down. Now, as we move into the tight end position right here, this is probably the best value tight end in the game right here, and that's going to be 96 overall, Darren Waller. Darren Waller is statted for a tight end. 92 speed, 93 excel, top end speed and excel. The short route running, the medium route running is there. The catching is there. The height is there. The run blocking isn't incredible, but this is going to be your prototypical incredible receiving tight end, and Darren Waller does not disappoint. He plays very well for you. One thing that I have noticed, this is really weird to say, but I feel like Darren Waller and other really big cards in this game get slightly worse route running and catching animations. I don't know what it is, but at 6'6", 255, it's almost like he's too big to get the good animations. He won't turn upfield incredibly quickly on a lot of those rat catches, and on that really glitchy tight end corner route, I feel like he's a little bit less effective than the other 2 cards I'm going to show you, but hey, nonetheless, this is going to be the best value tight end in the game at only 200k. Well, not only 200k. At 200k, if you are looking for an upgrade and you don't want to spend the high price that some of these other cards are going for, this is who you pick up here hands down. Someone else had the same idea, they're buying him, and hey, I don't blame ya. Really good tight end right here. Now, next up is going to be 97 overall, Jermichael Finley, and this Jermichael Finley is basically the same card as Darren Waller, except he's smaller, and I feel like the fact that he's smaller gives him those good animations. I've played against this card, and I've played against the Darren Waller card, and I can say hands down, this card plays better. I don't know what it is, he just plays better. He's gonna get glitchier animations on the corner route. He's just gonna get glitchier animations as a whole. So Jermichael Finley, I'm gonna say, is probably better than the Waller. If you guys remember his card that came out earlier in the year, that card was super sick, and this one is super sick as well. Very big fan of the card. He's basically the same stats-wise as Darren Waller, but I would say this card is gonna play better. Now, the decision becomes, do you want to spend those additional coins on someone that's gonna play a little bit better, or do you pick up Darren Waller? For my money, I would say probably go with Darren Waller over this card. Now, the number 1 card at the tight end position is going to be a 97 overall, Vernon Davis, and this Vernon Davis card is faster than the other 2 tight ends by a speed point. He's going to have more acceleration than those other tight ends. He's a little bit smaller, which in my opinion, I think actually benefits him. The route running stats are a little bit worse, but again, once you get up to like 90 medium and 90 short, the card is going to be able to dominate on basically any single route you put him on. Great catching traffic. This is going to be more of a faster version of those other 2 tight end cards we went over, who's a little bit smaller, which I think is actually going to benefit him. Better run blocking on this card as well, which is interesting. I feel like Vernon Davis probably isn't a better run blocker than those other 2 tight ends, but hey, I could be totally wrong. So yeah, Vernon Davis at the 1 spot, definitely a huge fan of the card, and I think this one is very glitchy. Best tight end in the game in my personal opinion. Now let's move on to wide receiver right here, guys. And at the 3 spot, I've got this 97 overall Isaac Bruce card. Isaac Bruce is going to bring you 95 speed, 96 XL. So there are receivers faster in the game than him. At this point in the year, the only things that I'm really looking for in my wide receivers, especially when it comes to top end cards, are can they get 99 speed, and do they have the route runner archetype, which is going to allow me to put an ability such as route technician on the card for cheaper than other players. So this Isaac Bruce, obviously his speed isn't going to get to a 99, but he does have route runner, so that's really good for the card. Again, all of those catching and route running stats are incredible at this point in the year. It's honestly not worth nickeling and diming to see, oh, this card has +1 catching or this card has +1 route running. Keep it simple. Take a look at speed, take a look at acceleration, and take a look at the route runner archetype. This card does hit one of those 2 boxes. He is going to give you route runner, so for that reason, we have him at the 3 spot. There are faster cards we'll go over in a second who I think are better. I would personally prefer to have more speed and then sacrifice that extra AP, but that can totally be up to you guys. Again, this card is also cheaper than some of the other cards we'll overview, but Isaac Bruce is definitely a really good receiver. I have him at the 3 spot in terms of the top 3 cards on this video. Now at the number 2 spot right here, we've got this 96 overall Terry McLaurin Redux card, and this Terry McLaurin Redux is very good. He's getting up to 99 speed, which is awesome. You can actually put the ability Playmaker on the card, so that's going to be nice as well. Obviously, you can still use Route Tech on a card like this. It's just going to cost you 1 more AP. All the catching stats are great. Terry McLaurin just plays really well. He had a good card earlier in the year. This one does not disappoint. I did actually use my power up pass on the card because I was so enamored by the stats. That sounds weird saying it about a Madden card, enamored by the stats, but the stats are really nice on the card. I don't know what else to say. Very good player here. I have him at the 2 spot on this list. Now at the 1 spot, we have 97 overall Tyreek Hill, who is easily getting 99 speed and easily getting 99 acceleration. He also is going to be able to get you Playmaker. So this receiver is just statted. I can't believe he was selling for 300k earlier in the year, and I missed my opportunity to buy the card. Still upset that I don't have this guy on my team. I really got to pick him up soon because in my opinion, he's the best receiver in the game, and honestly, I should be adding him. We'll pick him up very soon though. But Tyreek Hill, obviously a really nice card. All the route running stats are obviously going to be there on the card, so really big fan of Tyreek. If you guys are looking for the best receiver in the game, this is probably who you guys go with. I'm definitely a huge fan of him. Obviously, there's arguments to be made for other receivers that have come out earlier, and hey, if you do have an argument like that, let me know in the comment section. I do read and reply to basically every single comment, but yeah, that is going to do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and until next time, I'm out. Peace. So,